Hello, my name's Jared, but my friends call me Beth, and today I'm just doing some grinding. Specifically, I'm in Relic, hunting names for my hunter's achievements. Right now I'm hunting for Whisper. I've been here for a little bit now, and I haven't had a whole lot of luck. But, it's good experience, getting plenty of AAs. Actually, I'm gonna see if my lesson's up. Alt. Activate. 481. It is up. I won't do it on Nathaniel, though, because he's not in the group. Turn off broadcast, because that gets very embarrassing when you're trying to fight. Uh-oh. Landed right on top of me. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I had it closed. Oh, figure. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to my 7-screen view. At least for the recording. I'll be looking at the tank, but you guys will be seeing all 7 screens. So, 1 second here. And fade.
Recast Fear
How's
Sight.
that? Uh-oh.
Fear Sight.
Ah, dang it. That's what happens when I take my eyes off the screen for 1 second. Get an ad and I die. Odd rod. See, I need some stuff that'll give me mana so I can make it through this fight. Try this Lord for a second. The repair gun. Shadow Knights are very dependent on mana.
Bard Epic.
Okay. No more wanderers spawning on me. Here's my next target. Better buff first, though. Target Bethorn. Helps if I spell Bethorn right. Alright, and skin, fire, run speed, ranger buff, crack, merciless fury, second ranger buff, haste, beast lord crack, night unending terror, and rune. And last but not least, self buffs. By the way, those of you who don't know, you can always tell which screen I'm actually playing from by seeing these little windows here. Those only show up on the screen that I'm looking at. So most of the time I'm playing from this screen, this top right screen. That's my tank. Alright. Let's see. Got this camp pretty broken. The next one I need is over here.
Recast Fear
Wanderers
Sight.
that get me.
Bard Epic down.
I need to set a timer.
Fear Sight.
I always forget to set it each time now. Two of the placeholders are back behind this wall. One is right here, and the other one is just across the way there. Looks like I've got it all cleared out. Just gonna pull this guy so I'm not standing around doing nothing.
Recast epic.
That one just spawned. Hope it doesn't aggro me while I'm doing this. Yep. Let me rephrase. I hope it doesn't aggro me and I don't notice it if I see it. And if I catch it quick enough, it's not a problem. One of these things can hop on, like my druid or my bard. Most of the time it's my bard. And kill him in like 2 seconds flat.
A twisted diviner growth fade.
His name is apt. I'll rename it. He used to be called Dire Bard. He used to have like Dire Ranger and Dire Tank and Dire, healer. And now I gave him more appropriate names. His appropriate name is Blood Splatter because Roadkill was taken. He dies a lot. Which, if any of my crew are going to die regularly, the Bard's probably the easiest one to, get back in the fight quickly. Just have him stand up and start singing.
Bard epic.
And it's annoying just when I don't see the mobs coming. Also, it doesn't help that some of these mobs are just darn hard to see. And the ones that are the hardest to see are also the ones that see invis. That's Daybreak just messing with us.
Recast fierce eye. Fierce eye.
So for those of you who don't know, the way I box, a lot of it depends on positioning. I have to get the mobs in just the right spot so that all of my main class can hit it. Bard, my Beast Lord, and my, lesser extent my Druid. I use my Druid melee mostly for healing and keeping mana up. But it's significant, so I do it. So I try and pull the mobs so they're directly over the campfire. And that in itself is a challenge. Right now, I'm not close enough, and my other classes are hitting.
Bard epic down.
There we go. You can tell if they're hitting. I usually look at my Bard to see if there's spam combat messages going on. If he's hitting, usually the others are too. I think he's like the shortest of my tones and has the most problems with reach. Beast Lord's probably in the same boat, to be honest, but it's further to look. And also, usually if the Bard's going, the Beast Lord's going too. This side's respawning. Hoping I get this name. This isn't my favorite camp, but I've had a lot worse. Sometime I'll have to try going back to Labyrinth and Spite and go into the
Recast epic.
maze again. The pathing there is insane. It is awful.
Bard epic.
To get like 10 mobs in a pool. And it's a tier 2 zone. These are, probably the toughest zone in the game. You do not want 10 mobs on you. don't see him, but I see him on the extended target. So I think I got him mezed. Still don't see him, but it doesn't matter. I use AE mez with my enchanter who's outside the room. But it's not mezed. Must be hitting one of my pets. He's super slowed.
Recast Fierce Eye.
Just a little. Okay.
Fierce Eye.
I really do hope it's not too disorienting, the fact that I'm playing on this screen, but we're seeing that screen mainly. I just think it's much cooler when you're able to see all 6 or all 7 screens. Call it a flex.
Bard Epic down.
This guy's not close enough. I was wondering why he wasn't dying quick enough. He's my other melee anti-unit. Would go down eventually, because my casters, but even faster if I was hitting him with my melee classes. I think my macro just didn't fully pop. I must have clicked it twice. That'll happen. Got a couple back up here.
Recast Epic.
Got this spawn pretty well broken, so I can usually pull one at a time.
Bard Epic.
It's a challenge. It's not hitting. She must be too far away. I'm looking wrong. Oh no, she's targeting Hangman. That's wrong. You're looking at my screen, you can tell that I'm targeting over here. I do this using VOFX screens. I swear, one day I will create videos on how to set up a setup like this. Using 7Boxing. But it is a major pain in the ass. So all of these little screens here, let me switch to Bethorn. These little screens are windows, are actually windows into these other characters' screens.
Recast Fierce
They're
Eye.
all stacked up on my first monitor, one behind each other, and these are little windows looking into them. What's cool about this is that I can actually click in the windows. And if I do that, I'll actually try and do whatever I'm trying to do there. So say I need a mod rod, click on modulation shard, and I think I already have one. I'll say duplicate item not allowed. That's how that works. These little bars here are really cool. They actually have a macro behind them, and if I hover over any of these little blue blocks on Bethorn, it'll target whoever is in that block in the extended target window. What's even
Bard
cooler,
Epic down.
if I left click on it, it'll cast this spell. If I right click on it, it'll cast this spell. If I shift left click, it'll do this spell. And if I shift right click, it'll pull the corpse and res it, if it's a corpse. That's how I do my reses so quick during raids. You know, I can target and pull and res in like quarter second flat. Makes a pretty big difference when you need to get the tank back up.
Fierce Eye.
Each of the extended target windows for each of my characters are also displayed over here on the right. I usually don't look over there except to make sure that, you know, the person that's outside of my group doesn't have aggro on it.
Recast Epic.
Got an ad. Got caught it in time. Still hidden. Other one died before it became a problem. Mez hit right as the other one died. Now, some of the extended target windows look pretty cluttered. You know, people that aren't online, that's because I have it set up for raiding. Well, halfway for raiding, really. All of these people are tanks in the event. And on Mondays and Tuesdays, when I make those raid videos, those people will all be there, and I'll be able to spot them or whatever needs to be done in short order. Bard Epic is down.
Bard Epic.
Okay. Who's next? Just got an IM. I'll check it later. Except it could be someone trying to get me right now. Nope. Got 2 incoming. Sometimes if I hit my macro too quickly, I won't get the everyone on the same target, which can be very, very bad. But if I don't do it quick enough, I won't get my, you know, life taps off quick enough, and the tank will go. Bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. The most important thing is not to panic. I'm surprised what I've managed to come back from, you know, just because I didn't panic. I think my record is like 14 mobs in the camp that I've managed to crowd control. I don't recommend it.
Recast Fierce Eye. Fierce Eye.
Okay, also this little window right here
Bard Epic down.
is just the top half of the target window for all of my characters. That's how I know all of my characters are looking at the same target. If I broadcast and do a target but Thorn or something, you know, that's how I buff. So let's say tar, the Thorn, and now all of my characters are going to be looking at the Thorn. I can do the buffs. Make sure you turn broadcasting off before you do anything else. A lot of the times when I wipe, it'll be either because I didn't notice an ad or because I didn't realize I had broadcasting on. Did it come over the wall? I think it came over the wall.
Recast Epic.
Hurts. button too fast. Not all of my tunes are on target. Yeah, there we go. Well, that takes time, and time is very precious. Ooh, hand is up. Got Whisper. Let's see, my enchanter needs this too, so I gotta make sure he's in the raid. I'll wait a few seconds, see if anyone needs it. See, one of the main reasons why I play a full box group and I don't have any mercs, not even a healer merc or anything, is for this. If I have a named, I can raid invite the people outside of my party, you know, like my enchanter here, and any guild member that needs the target. And if they're in the raid, they'll get credit for the kill. You know, for the hunter kill. Let's see. Let me look at this on Bethorn's screen so you can see it. Uh-oh. Starting to get ads. I'd better pull this soon. Well, hopefully if I get this, I won't have to stay here anymore. Hunter of Ruined Relic. Oh, crap. Bethorn already has Whisper. I don't think my other characters do, though. That's why I'm here. Alright. No one's asking to join, so I'm just going to pull.
Recast Fierce Eye.
I tried to give them extra time in case they had mercs.
Fierce Eye. Dirge on Whisper.
I just did my macro, which does all my burns. I'll notice a bit more DPS over here. I would say it's impressive, but there are literally people in my guild that do 15 million DPS. Insanity. They out DPS my entire group. Just one tune. I wish I knew how they did it. They've tried to tell me a few times, so it's not that bad. Especially in boxing. Alright, let's see. Quietus. One hand slash. Let me see what my ranger has.
Next Dirge.
28. Okay, the DPS is slightly better, but I'm pretty sure my... No, it's better too. Okay, that needs to go to my ranger. It's pretty bad. My group gear is starting to outdo my raid gear from a couple expansions ago. I'm not even going to check if that's an upgrade on any of my tunes because I'd rather get the trade skill armor. Alright, well, I got it named. That's good. Alright, and I don't want to stand here anymore because this place is going to respawn pretty quickly. I am going to evac the group and pick a new target. And Bethaniel can go invis right here. I don't know how he ended up over here. Might be safer, actually. Once the group's in the new position, I'll either have Bethaniel campfire to it, or I'll use the link pair rings, lost and found, to, I think he's connected to my bard. Alright. Sorry about that. Puppy started
Recast
barking.
Fierce Eye.
So what's the next thing I need? I'll look on Bethorn, but I need to look at, my other main characters because they're the ones that are probably going to be missing more. Marith the Fireborn, Fath of the Wind, Raw Meat, and Vosk. That's for Bethorn. Let's look at my enchanter. He tends to be the one worst off. It's going to be tiny over here, so you probably won't be able to see it. But, oh, looks like he actually matches what Bethorn has now. That's good. Alright, so top of the list. Marith the Fireborn. Where does he spawn? Not here. Okay. This zone is on multiple levels, so it's kind of hard to do that or see things on the map. I am going to transport us using the teleport spell to Ruined Relic, because right now I just evac us res zone in, which is at the bottom of the zone, whereas the teleport's at the other side of the zone, at a much higher level. So a lot of times it's easier to travel from the teleport spot than from here, because you can put Lev on and just kind of float down to where you need. Okay. Yeah. Well, looks like Marith the Fireborn's on this level, but it's way over there. And the Fanath of the Wind is over there. I'll have to pick one or the other. I can't do both. Looks like this guy is over at the Shardal area. And I can pull from the top and the bottom. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go over to my mage so I can COH the group. Enchanter's still alive. That's nice. I know there are CMViz mobs that path through here, so I need to be careful. I'm gonna float over to here. I think this is going to be where I'm setting up. Make sure there's nothing directly on top of me, nothing sprinting or moving in this direction. That one's kind of moving in this direction, so I'm going to wait for a second. Okay, COH the group. When I'm in, I'm going to Bard and Viz. And then I will get Bethorn in position. Lay down a campfire. I'll have her looking north. I'm sorry, her. I keep thinking of Bethorn as female. I changed Bethorn to a male character and to a Vashir with the new expansion. I really didn't like doing it, but, it seemed like the right time. Still, I'm finding it weird, though. Honestly, if I could take it back, I probably would. Make sure there's no one directly in front of me before I drop in Viz and do my campfire. Of course, the second I look over here, there are mobs, like multiple mobs over here. It might be far enough. Drop in Viz. Campfire. There we go. That worked. I don't see any wanderers over coming through here. This might be a safe spot. I hope so. Make things easier for me. I didn't have to worry about wanderers. Usually not that lucky. Stay in Viz for a second, run up here and see if I spot anything that wanders. Chilling breath there, looks like he moves around. Don't know if he comes all the way down though. Guess I'll find out if the ranger starts taking damage. He's usually in the back. Usually he lives for a couple seconds longer than the bard. I don't get it. I mean, bards have plate, rangers don't.
Fierce Eye.
Lesson's about to end, which means that this video has been going on for half an hour, which is about the time I want to go when I'm doing these So, after this one, I'm gonna
Bard
say
Epic.
if you liked it, please like and subscribe. I know something, I read it, kind of boring, but I know some people like watching these and I like seeing how I do this. If you like what you see, you can look me up on Discord. Where's my Discord? I am Jared, aka Bathorn/Jarrett. Or JMDURER. If you want to look me up, send me an IM. Please feel free. I love answering questions, and I love recruiting for the guild even more if you happen to be on Erelisi. And if you don't play, but want to get back in the game, I recommend going to Erelisi. You can do a heroic character up to 115 now. Join the guild. If I see you on, I'll even invite you into my group. You can take one of the spots of my characters and you can be soaking up experience while I'm making these videos. Until then, have a great day, guys. I will see you later. Like and subscribe. Bye.